Season 6, episode number 2 of the pod is back. Hey, Tim, it is, you're Tim, I'm Chris. What's going on, buddy?
What's going on, Cloudy? Loving it, buddy. Feeling good today.
Yeah?
It's a beautiful day. Yeah.
Things are back to normal-ish, getting back to the old schedule.
Getting
It'll be
back to the
nice.
grind. Everybody's
It'll be
back
nice
to
to get,
school.
that's what I was going to say. It'll be nice to get into that Tuesday swing of things and settling in, doing the pod live on a Tuesday night, and just kind of gets the week rolling just right.
Oh, yeah. It feels good, buddy. Get a little routine going here for everybody, kidlets and families, and why making lunches, everything. It's good here, buddy. I'm glad to be here tonight.
Well, thanks for tuning in. It is season 6, episode number 2, and it is the 3BeerPod, where we talk about craft beer across Ontario and just talk to cool people. We've got some cool stuff going on here today. Specifically, today, the 7th day of September, is Beer Lovers Day. So, cheers to beer lovers.
Of made up days. This one really hits home.
It does.
This is like right in our wheelhouse, buddy. We are beer lovers, and I'm not sure how you celebrate this day, but I'm in.
Well, you're supposed to celebrate and appreciate the craftsmanship that goes into a good beer, and that's kind of what we do here, right? We celebrate that.
I do appreciate the craftsmanship. I have been working very hard this summer to get my homebrew set up back in operation, buddy, and I am happy to say that it is almost ready. So I appreciate the craft of making beer. Obviously, not as good as some of our friends locally that are making beer. But I do enjoy the craft, and I do enjoy beer. You might say I love it.
We'll have to book you as a guest at some point.
We should.
The podcast.
Get my fellow homebrewers on here. We'll do a little thing with the Bad Idea Brothers Brewing Company.
There you go.
Out of Chatham, Ontario. Future guest. We'll book them.
Let's double back to Beer Lovers Day, because we have to start, obviously, with what you drinking, bud? And that's where we highlight the beers that we're drinking for the night. We'll come back to Beer Lovers Day as soon as we're done here. You started last week. Let me start, because we're going to talk to Denny here in a couple minutes. I couldn't hold on to this one. I finished this one before the show even started. This is the Red Barn, the IPA, with African Queen and Southern Star. So we got to ask him about this, okay? So Denny's going to join us here in a couple minutes. But, man, this might be my favorite that they've ever done.
It's good. I had it on tap a couple weeks ago, and it was delicious.
This one from Zurich, from Bad Apple Brewing Company, the White Coast White Spiced Wheat Beer. There's a whole lot going on there. Yeah, that's a little.
Have you had that one yet?
I have not. I haven't cracked her open yet.
Okay,
I'm going to get to that here tonight from Zurich.
Interested to hear about that one.
Yep, Betty picked that up for me at the Bad Apple. She was up that way. And this one, Tim, is maybe. So I've got some good beers here.
Oh yeah,
the Lo-Fi from Sons of Kent.
Solid
that is crushable.
Beer. Yeah, solid beer from our friends at Sons of Kent. That one got me through the end of the summer for sure.
Yes,
crushable.
Key lime and sea salt. The Lo-Fi. I'm loving that, and it's healthy too, right?
Oh, 100%. Totally fits in with the beer nutrition for this week. Recently read some studies here, Cloudy, on lowering heart risk by drinking moderately. If you are a female, 1 beer a day. Mm-hmm. If you're a male, 2 beers a day. That is in the studies that I've read, which is the giant meta-analysis that I went through. It helps to lower cardiovascular disease. So we're doing good things here. 3 beers might be a little excessive, but hey, we'll do it every Tuesday.
Not approved by science. Not approved by science.
No, but 2BeerPod doesn't sound good.
No. This segment is like 3 in 1. We've done some beer nutrition.
It's all over the place, buddy.
And we're talking about beer lovers. So give me your 3 here. What are you drinking tonight?
Friend of the pod, Corey. There we go. Friend of the pod, Corey Barr, went up to Ottawa, dropped his daughter off to university, and came home with 2 cases of Sunsplit to share amongst friends. And I am very grateful to have a fresh Sunsplit. This was canned less than a week ago. Ooh. That's a fresh Sunsplit, and everyone that knows the pod knows that this is my favorite beer. So drinking that to start here tonight. Also, friend of the pod, Darren Eber, our former beer insider, brought me this one home.
Former beer insider.
Well, he hasn't been insiding lately, but
yeah.
This is a Mad Dog. It is a American Pale Ale. It's from a brewery that he found up Muskoka way. Bob Cajun, actually. Old Dog Brewing Company. Said it was a nice little hole in the wall brewery, and he was impressed with this one, so we brought that one home. And from our friends at Sons of Kent, the
Yes.
Fest beer is out. This is a delicious one, a redo from last year, this time of year, kind of their Oktoberfest beer. So I haven't had this new batch, so I'm excited to have that. So I got some good beers lined up here tonight, Cloudy.
All right.
Looking forward to drinking them on Beer Lovers Day.
On Beer Lovers Day. So we talk about the craftsmanship that gets that's involved with beer, and we're supposed to celebrate that here today. Now, Google Trends put out a story about the trashiest beer in the US, okay? And Google Trends is what follows the trends across the US and search for and purchased and blah blah blah. Okay. So now trashy, I don't like that word because I don't want to seem like a beer snob. We drink some very good craft beers, but some of these beers are just sometimes you just need to crack one. And maybe after a ball game, maybe out the golf course or sneaking into your kid's hockey game. Sometimes you just need to crack one of these.
Sometimes, again, 100%. We are not
exactly.
against any beer. We just like some beers better than others. And all beer has, a time and place.
That's
so I'm
right.
sure what you mentioned here has its time and place and maybe is near and dear to our hearts.
Okay, so remember this is in the US, so I'm going to probably skip over some of these that don't apply for us.
This is what they refer to as the trashiest beer.
The trashiest beers, okay? So these are the non-craft beers, okay? So number 1 trashiest beer across the US, which was top in 10 states. Any guesses?
It's got to be Busch.
It's not Busch. It is not. Busch doesn't even make the top
really
5.
Natty Light.
There you go. Ding,
Natty
ding, ding.
Light.
Natty Light. 10 states. Yeah. So Natural Light is the number 1 trashiest beer. Michelob Ultra comes in number 2.
Trashy
7
beer.
states. Yep.
Okay.
This is like one of the top beer sellers. The next 2 are 2 of the top light beer sellers. North America. Number 3 is
Bud Light.
Bud Light. Number 4 would be
Coors Light.
Coors Light. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
4 states each, and then it gets down. Then you're really nitpicking. But Budweiser, Keystone is makes up the top 5 trashiest beers when you're talking about. And again, that's just a word they use in the story, but that's the breakdown.
Those sound like tailgating beers to me.
Yeah,
if you've
100%.
experienced a tailgate, maybe Michigan. I've been to a couple Notre Dame games. Obviously, Buffalo Bills tailgate, Lions tailgate. Those are the beers that you would see there if you are grabbing a 30-pack at the liquor depot when you get into the States. Watch some college football on the weekend, Cloudy.
Yep.
They're jam-packed again, buddy.
Oh,
they're just giving her. So they are definitely crushing Natty Lights in those parking lots.
Getting them in, yeah.
It looked weird, but they look like they're having a good time.
Well, you got enough Natty Lights in you, you'll always have a good time.
100%.
Okay, so here's some other ones that had like 2 states or maybe 1 state that just appeared very little on the chart. So Miller Lite, MGD,
which we're fans of,
Keystone Light, Busch, Coors Original.
Oh, the Coors Banquet.
Coors Banquet, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good beer.
Those are all. We have to one show
again. Time or place. They have a spot. You want to do a show of just these types of beers?
I think we need to come up with a better word than trashy because I don't think that's.
You know what? I also am not sure if we could hold it to 3 if we did it. Those are like 18s. I'm not sure if the 18 beer podcast that was the Christmas special. I think we did.
Well, maybe we work towards that. A Thanksgiving special.
The Thanksgiving special.
The trashy. We'll think of a name. Okay. You know what we'll do? We'll throw it up on our social media so you have to vote. Okay.
What are we going to call it? Just a regular beer day.
Yeah.
But it needs to have a cooler name than that. I'm in.
Bingo.
Again,
Bingo.
We just like beer, buddy.
There you go.
Some beers we like better than others.
Happy National Beer Lovers Day today to all our beer lovers.
Day to you too.
Yeah, there should be a card for that. Get it in you. Tim, we didn't thank our sponsors. We didn't thank our sponsors last week either, and we probably should give them a big shout out for being with us for 6 seasons now. Great people, every one of them.
If you're looking to buy or sell a house, Chris McLeod at Realty House is the guy to do it. And his number is on the screen right now, but if you're listening to this in your ear holes, you want to write this down. It's 519-350-1216. You're looking to buy or sell? This guy is moving houses. Give him a call.
I sold a house for a buddy of ours, and he, as we're finalizing the deal, he goes, "What was the deal that Tim mentioned in the last podcast?"
Yes.
And I was like,
You
"I
gotta
don't
go back.
remember."
You got to go back.
I think I've
Got to
got
go into the
pull up 3
archives
takes
and
now.
see it.
Yeah, for sure.
We also want to thank Shauna over at the Health House for everything that she does. She's definitely helping us with our beer nutrition as of recent. If you're looking to do healthy things, check out thehealthhouseuk.com. And I'm concerned about our third sponsor, Cloudy. We have reached out endlessly to our friends at the Pakistan Super League, mostly just to see if they're doing okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they took COVID pretty hard.
They did.
We, as always, just want to be friends. But I'm concerned that in the next few seasons or episodes, they might not be a sponsor anymore, buddy.
Here's the thing. I don't know how to change the graphic, so they
sponsor forever.
They might just always be there. Always be there.
That's acceptable.
We'll find out. Waiting on our guest. Denny's going to join us here in a little bit from Red Barn. We're going to talk to him. The grand opening weekend is happening this weekend. But before we did that, let's I got something else lined up, Tim. We haven't done this in a while. It's a little Cameo high-low. We haven't done this in a while.
All right. It hasn't been a while. Here we go.
Yeah, so Cameo, of course, the service where you can purchase celebrity shoutouts and you can have them say whatever you want. We've had one on the podcast previously too, right?
Yeah.
So
for sure.
This is a list of some of the top performing Cameo TV stars based on 2020. Okay, so some of the top these guys, women are all in the top 10. Let's start with William Hung from American Idol.
Okay, so I have to tell you, you have to tell me a price. I'm going to go higher or lower.
William Hung from American Idol. She bang. William Hung is $50 for a shout out, Tim. Higher or lower? William Hung.
That just seems just about right there. So I'm going to go just a shade higher with that because it's probably like $75.
$30.
Whoa, buddy.
$30.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow. He will take anything. I guess like it's been a while for him, right? Like how long are we talking about? How long she banging been around? Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's definitely on the low side.
Apparently still banging.
Apparent. At a low bargain basement price.
Basement price. All right, so I'm going to give you the name Larry Thomas. Probably don't know Larry Thomas, but Larry Thomas is the soup Nazi from Seinfeld. No soup for you. Sure. So the soup Nazi, recognizable face. Probably don't know the name though. Right. Larry Thomas. Larry Thomas, the soup Nazi. We're going to say he is $65. $65.
And endless reruns. The guy's still cashing in on one episode.
Coming to Netflix.
I was going to say Seinfeld's on Netflix right now. It's going to get, I think it's higher. I think he's cashing in. He's probably like $150 right now.
Ooh. Well, you're right that it's higher. You're wrong on the price.
Not that, okay, still affordable.
Yeah. $80.
Wow.
$80 for the soup Nazi.
So here's my concern that Cameo, is not as as exciting now because the world's kind of opening back up, especially in the States. So I feel like these guys have had to drop their price recently just to make some extra money.
Here's another one. Brian Baumgartner. He is Kevin Malone from The Office. The big guy from The Office, okay?
This guy he made some big time money on this.
Big bank. Brian Baumgartner, getting a shout out from Brian Baumgartner, Kevin Malone from The Office, will cost you $225. Cameo, high-low.
I think it's just a shade lower than that. I feel like it's just a shade lower, but he's all about volume. He's a volume guy.
All right. What else is he doing, really?
Exactly. How much does he got?
$195.
Okay.
Another correct one for you.
All right. I'm 2 for 3.
You are. All right. The last one, a guy we're trying to get on the podcast, Colin Mockery. Colin Mockery from Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Canadian comedian legend.
Yeah. The Philadelphia cream cheese guy. He's on those commercials. Colin Mockery. He is $125. $125. Shout out from Colin Mockery on Cameo. Cameo high-low.
I feel like Colin Mockery again likes to do some volume. I feel like it's lower.
You are locking in that answer.
Well, yes, lower.
He's higher. $150.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
That seems like he's. I don't want to say anything because we want to have him on. So, yeah, he should be worth 150. You should pay him more.
we could get 5 William Hung shoutouts for the price of one. One Colin Mockery.
We just line up 5 consecutive William Hung shoutouts.
That's how we get him to be a guest, by just answering questions, and we pay him $30 a shot.
You might be onto something there, buddy. I like that.
Sponsors,
we just submit a couple different things, and then we put it together.
I like it.
That's fantastic. I like everything that's going on there.
I like that. We're still waiting for Denny here. Denny's going to join us. Coming up later in the podcast, we're going to have our first mystery guest, Tim. So this guest...
It makes me laugh just thinking about this guest, buddy.
This is a pretty funny dude, okay? So it's a dude. You've got 10 questions that you get to ask him, and then we'll see if you can take a shot at figuring out who he is. Now, he's not A-list celebrity, but he's on a scale somewhere, right? So that's all we'll say.
Yeah. So we pre-recorded this. We're gonna throw that out there. I had no idea who the guest was, and when it was revealed to me, it may be one of the funniest moments we've had on the podcast. So please stick around to see that or hear that guest that we have coming up, because fantastic.
Fan-freaking-tastic. He's coming up, the first mystery guest. All right, some beer buzz, Tim. I got a couple things to talk about.
Okay.
Denny's brewing right now, so we're waiting for Denny to get himself together here, put his face on, and join us in the podcast, because we want to talk about what's going on at Red Barn this weekend. But I'll tell you a story out of China where they found the remains of a 9,000-year-old beer. The beer was inside several vessels, which were found near 2 human skeletons. Archaeologists believe mourners drank the beer in honor of the dead.
Really?
Yeah.
So there was no remains of the beer. That's a long preservation.
They found a beer recipe inside some ancient pottery. So one of the researchers said, our results revealed that the pottery vessels were used to hold beer in its most general sense, a fermented beverage made of rice, a grain called Job's tears, and unidentified tubers. I don't know what
that's actually the recipe for Bud Light. Same age-old recipe. You just nailed Bud Light's recipe. That was the secret hidden recipe from 9,000 years ago. It's actually Bud Light's recipe. 100%.
It's been released.
Yeah.
They said the ancient beer would not have been like the IPA that we have today. Instead, it was likely a slightly fermented and sweet beverage, probably cloudy in color. So,
again, on Beer Lovers Day, I'd try it.
Yeah,
I'd spin up a 9,000-year-old Chinese beer just to say, how was the recipe like? I'm gonna get back into homebrew, and maybe I just try that recipe. I'm not sure what the market is for tubers, though.
This is next week's podcast.
That might be the hard to get ingredient.
It's 9,000-year-old beer. We're gonna try it tonight. We're gonna have that from the team in China.
It was just chipped away in an ancient vessel. Here's the recipe.
What I want, Tim, that's how I want you to find my body, or vice versa. Whoever goes first, I want you to have a drink in my honor, to the point where you just pass out, and then they find your remains there. And
it's coupled on top, and it's just surrounded by cans of Natty Light around it. And
it's just nattying it up.
We had a good run.
All right, next on the Beer Buzz, we want to talk about what's going on this weekend in just outside of Blenheim. It is the Red Barn grand opening and Farm Fest, and to join us from Red Barn is one of the 3 owners. This is Denny. Denny is finally joining us. There you are, buddy. What's going on?
Sorry, a little bit late here. We're in the middle of a staff meeting here, so trying to get ready for the big weekend coming up.
Yeah, tell us more. What's going on this weekend?
We got a lot of things going on. So Thursday night, it kind of starts with our Build a Barn pre-grand opening. So that's a private event. So that kind of kicks it off for us. Friday, we have We've invited our brewery friends from the area, from around Ontario, that worked with us all these years, helping us, what equipment to buy and, what works, what doesn't work. So we've invited them for a little party at the barn Friday night. But we also have that's not private, so anyone can come to that night. But we also have a really good band called the Tree Line. They're from Norfolk County. They're Americana folk band. So they'll be on the stage Friday night from 7 to 9. And then Saturday, we got the big event here, 12 to 9. So it's crazy. We got all the fences up today, and it's hopefully gonna be a fun party.
That sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. Like, you guys have been buzzing for just over a year now. How crazy is it to think that you finally get to have a grand opening?
Yeah, it's kind of a COVID kind of faux pas, I guess. It's a weird thing. A lot of people are like, what do you mean having a grand opening? You're already open. It's like, well, we've never actually had to celebrate our opening and invited the community out and had a lot of people out, because we've never had been able to. So
it's pretty awesome, Denny. Again, we've followed your story from the get-go. You've been on the pod lots of times, and we're excited for you for sure, and the ups and downs that we've all experienced with you here. What's the Saturday going to look like? Because from what I've seen and heard on the social media, it looks like it's going to be pretty awesome. What can people expect on that Saturday?
So right now, I have to get the final count tonight, but it looks like 35 different vendors. So that's part of the Farm Fest. So we're working, as a team here to figure out how this is going to work. And there's a couple notable people on our staff and people in the community that I'll talk about at some point this weekend too. But it is a community event. It's not just about us. It's about inviting the community out and just having a good time with one another. But basically, it kicks off at 12. We have the barn patio area extended here, and we suggest you bring a lawn chair. I think it's gonna be pretty busy, so we do have a lot of tables. But bring a lawn chair. That's your table if you want it to be. We have 3 bands, so we have 1 o'clock. Nate Crawford. 1 to 3. 3:30 we got the South Wind Boys, and at 7 o'clock we got headliner Chad Olds. So we got bands the whole time that people are here from 12 to 9. We do have 6 food trucks out, so I'll be announcing that on social media in the next day or so, who they are. And we have for Red Barn, we'll have 16 beers on tap.
Buddy.
So
that's amazing,
including 2 new ones. So that'll be fun.
That's what
we have one more big surprise. I just can't announce it yet, but I'm really excited to later this week. And something else going on during the day too.
Well, we were just talking before you jumped on. We were throwing around the idea of maybe coming out, and maybe we tape episode 3 at the barn on Saturday.
I dig it.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah. No. I think we're thinking we might put that together. We'll see if we can. We'll work out some of the details and off the pod here. We'll talk about it. I want to ask you, Denny, because I haven't gotten to talk to you about this. This guy right here, this beer right here,
the Ostrich.
Yeah, dude, this is a damn good beer. This might be my favorite one from Red Barn ever.
Yeah, the brewers, they are top notch. They just keep on kicking it up here. This one's really neat because it's South African hops that they used in it, so a little bit different than some of the other IPAs we've done. And they're just being really adventurous in what they want to do, and it's fun. We have a lot of new beers coming out the next couple months too.
Cool. Well, looking forward to it. Like, just to repeat again. Do I need to book a reservation? Do I just show up? What's the story for this weekend? Thursday nights is private, right?
Yeah, no reservation for Saturday or for Friday. So just we have to respect the capacity limits and such. So there might be times that you might have to wait a bit, but hopefully we can, you bring your lawn chair is what we say, and you can enjoy the band, have some food, and have some great beer.
That's awesome. Tim, Denny, you got anything else?
Yeah, Denny, you said there's going to be 16 beers on tap. And there's people that probably haven't been out to Red Barn and are excited for what's going on here. What's the one that you're like, this is the one you should try if you haven't been out to Red Barn yet? Some people might go 16. I can't pick. What's the one to have people try? I know what mine is. I'll let you give yours first. But
I sway depending on the season we're in, but I think my go-to has been for quite a while is Last Pass. It's just a really light IPA. It's well balanced so that it's not thin and it has enough, malt backbone and that typical IPA taste there. And a lot of people love it, and it is one of our mainstays, so we'll always have it too.
Yeah, that's mine. That's the same one. I agree. It's got a little bit of everything that you want in to try a beer. It's not that heavy IPA, but it's just got a ton of flavor and it's delicious. It's my go-to. It's my go-to as well. I'm looking forward to having maybe 2 or 3 of this. Well, recommended 3 is what did the beer nutrition today? It said 2. Probably gonna have more than 2. I got a DD for this weekend, so we'll be good. Maybe 3 beer pod, so we'll be out and have at least 3. But Last Pass will be on my list for sure. Cloudy, what's your go-to out there?
Well, I'm in love with this right now. I need to get some more. Do you still have more of this, Ken?
Yeah, we still have more of that.
Okay, I'm definitely getting some of this. I like the 5 acre. Is that right?
5 Acre Island. Yeah, so that one what happened was we thought we'd have 5 beers in our first year on tap and a couple extras for lemonade and kombucha. We make our own house lemonade. And day 1, we needed all 10 taps. So there's actually beers in the cooler right now we can't even throw on tap. So usually every week I got to switch out to put the new one on and take one of the old ones off. So that's kind of, in COVID, we're banking up beers too. So that's probably why we have so many on tap. But I'm installing the new taps. So we have 20 taps now to have lots of different choices.
Denny,
fantastic.
Somebody that's catching this, that's never been, wants to know, okay, I see Red Barn. I've heard of Red Barn. I've tried Red Barn, but I've never been to Red Barn. What is the best way? What do you tell people that you're located?
So if you are coming from Chatham through Charing Cross, you're going to take a left at the main corner, the 4 corners there, and just head on in on the middle line. Sorry, I live on this road. My head is so full right now. So we're off of middle line on Lagoon, and I know it's kind of hard if you're coming from that way to see it, but once you pass it, you'll know where it is. We're gonna eventually have some signage or something so you can see it from that route. Obviously, if you're coming from the Blend direction or from number 3, you can't really miss us. We're just right off the Lagoon there. Look for the big Red Barn.
There you go. That makes sense. Thanks, Denny. We'll see you this weekend, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good one.
Cheers.
Denny from Red Barn. They're getting set for this weekend. The Red Barn grand opening is coming up on Saturday. I love the fact you didn't know the address was.
Cloudy, you know what I liked about talking to Denny right there? The guy had a big smile on his face. And it's been a long time coming for those guys to get this grand opening going, but to see Denny smiling and pretty excited for this weekend makes me pretty excited for this weekend as well. So if you get a chance, get out and support those guys. Again, it's been a tough run for them, but things are starting to open for them, and we love those guys, and the beer's awesome, and Denny and the whole team are good people. So get out there and check it out.
It's a family run business, and I liked in the video there as you saw Denny's, I think that was his daughter, peek up like, Dad, because you always see him kind of running around on the out in the lawn there as you're trying to beer. So Denny, his wife Sandy, and Sandy's brother Dan are the team behind Red Barn. And if you want to find out more, you want to find their address here, I'll throw this up. You can there you go, redbarnbrewing.com. All the information you need. Good folk out in the Blenheim area. Not hard to find either off the 401. If you're coming from the Windsor way, it's pretty easy up Highway 3 as well. So lots of ways to get there. Punch it in. You've all got GPSs now. You can find Red Barn Brewing. Tim, I was watching some was I watching Gold Rush over dinner today? Are you into the Gold Rush shows?
I watch all of the whatever they're looking for something, so I'm not like episode by episode, but if it pops on, I'm cheering them on for sure. It's the same episode every week, every time I watch it. It seems like, but
yeah, I watch on YouTube. So like YouTube you don't get to watch a full show, but it's like 10 minutes. It's like Tony Beats uses a bush fix to fix his trommel. And I'm like, ooh,
What?
I'm gonna sit through this. What's this all about? And I don't know what a trommel is. I don't know what a sluice
No.
box is. I think I know now, but like, give me
Right.
six months ago, I
That
had
was
no
a
idea.
pretty technical episode.
Yeah. So like, yeah, Tony, he's the Dutch guy who just yells
Right.
a lot of swear words and it's worth millions of dollars. Then there's Parker Schnabel. Have you seen
Right.
him? He's
I
a
have,
21-year-old kid. Yeah. So he's sluicing. But I figured out there's a recipe to every single one of these shows. So
Okay.
this week's episode of Gold Rush or the Bering Sea, the one where they find the gold underneath.
Right.
It's always like Tim found some new ground. He's gonna prospect it. And then you prospect your little bucket. You're like,
Right.
ooh,
Oh,
got some color in the pan.
there might be something here.
Yeah. So then you set up, millions of dollars of equipment is brought in on Tim's credit card to try to
Right.
strike it big.
I had to sell it the whole family riches to
Yeah,
make
exactly.
this happen.
So then you set up the sluice plant. And then, oh no, water's gone. And then commercial. Every single time. Everything breaks.
Here, I was gonna say that's my issue. Why don't they just get some good equipment? Nothing
Yes.
there is old, like less than 40 years old.
Yes.
Everything breaks. Every single episode, something's broken. They
The
need some
Troubles
new
all look like 1981 Toyota Tercels. Like
Right.
that's their equivalent in vehicles.
But we keep tuning in each
Yeah,
week
every
to
week.
see their broken down equipment. They find
Yeah.
the smallest of nugget, and we're like, "Ooh, next week I bet you that nugget's gonna be bigger." I'm gonna watch, and then you watch the preview for it. It's
Yeah.
the exact same recipe.
Every single week. You know what would be a better show? So it's in Alaska. All these shows are in Alaska. They're off the water off the coast of Alaska, and they're diving underneath, or they're in the outback in Alaska. They're trying to find gold. What I want to see is a reality show of a mechanic up there who's just always like, Parker Schnabel needs my help, and he shows up and
Those
he just
guys are probably the richest guys.
yes,
Because they
You're
are
not making
always
money in
employed.
gold.
So let's pitch this. Let's
I
go to
think so.
Alaska and pitch this.
Yeah.
I think that is a gem.
Yeah.
I think we onto something there, Cloudy.
We leave the pod behind. Okay. The pod's been fun. We love it. But
Okay.
as far as money making schemes go, we need to work on setting up a bush fix where we just go
Right.
around and Parker needs our help. Tony Beats is losing his shit. Here we come. And we show up in our pickup truck with like the
Right.
bolt.
And
Yeah.
the ball. You needed this?
I
have
got it. Was this what you're looking for, Tony?
You know, and people are
$10,000.
sitting here listening, going, "That's a stupid idea." 100% they'd be watching though.
Yeah, every week. Tim's off to help.
Who we
Tony.
pitch this to?
Yeah, I don't know.
Discovery? We go straight to Discovery
No,
with it?
I go HGTV. Well, because I think I could even help out the Baumler dude too, because he's working on that stupid hotel that like every week something happens.
Right, but
Every
Ballmer seems
week.
to spend money at least.
Yeah, he's spending a lot of money.
We should get into dealing things to little islands. We'll
Yeah.
be the delivery guy.
Like, I think that show is made. Like, what would the show be if everything just worked? Like, if he's like, I'm setting up a hotel in where is he? Wherever he is, down south somewhere, and him and his
Yeah.
wife just get down there like, we're done.
They flip on the switch and the light comes on. They're like, what the
We
hell?
We don't have to fix that. Let's go to the
That
next
wasn't
room.
supposed to happen.
Exactly.
Open it up and it's all like freshly painted and stuff. Like,
Yes.
what the hell? Someone else recorded a show before they got there and they just missed it. They thought this investment was going to be a cash in, and then really everything's done. And
Yeah. We'll
the
renovate
show
the whole
sucks.
place. And they're like, nah, everything's done. We're all good.
it's all done. It's all.
Yeah.
I think we're on to something here. We got
So-
some ideas to pitch.
JT says here, if the guy could fix ice road trucks, oh man,
Yeah.
yes. Why don't we send to the guy with like a salt truck? So there, salt truck and a ferry. There's ice road truckers. Done. Solved.
Why are you worried about the ice? You just take a boat, you idiot.
Every HGTV show, Every single one of them.
Yeah,
E-
we're
even
onto
that
something here.
that tow truck show where they just drive around and
Oh,
tow
dude, I
things.
love Tow Truck Show.
Yeah, the tow truck
Highway to
show.
Hell and Heavy Rescue 401.
Yeah.
Can't beat it.
Yeah, they don't need our help. They've got that figured out. We're focusing on the gold rushing, the ice road truckers, and bomblers on our list. Mike Holmes seems to like his whole thing is fixing things that are broken.
Yeah.
We're just gonna be there for bombler, like, oh
Yeah.
no.
Holmes is kind of a showboat.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, there's coconuts in that tree. More after the break. You're like, oh no, what's that mean?
Is coconut gonna fall and kill
And
someone?
then comes
No,
back from the
we're just
break.
gonna
It's
climb
like
it.
comes back from the break. It's like it's just a palm tree. Cool.
Everything's
Thanks.
good.
Yeah.
I just spent $80,000 on a lift so I can cut down 4 coconuts.
Yeah.
Totally worth it though.
All right. We just need to convince our sponsors to join us
Right.
on
Pakistan Super League will be all over this.
on our money making venture. All right, Tim. Should we bring in our mystery guest?
Should we? This is
Should we?
fasten your seatbelts, folks. This
All
is
right.
gonna be a good time.
All right, season 6 of the pod. We've got a mystery guest, Tim. You know nothing about this mystery guest.
I feel like I'm on the hot seat for this one, Cloudy. I'm not sure how this is gonna go. I have been studying by watching the Game Show Network in hopes of being able to get some tips on how to win at a game like this, but we'll see what I can do here, bud. We'll see what we can do.
Well, let me tell you something. Here is our guest. His name is Paul Hunn. Paul, welcome to the show.
Hello there.
Hey there, Paul. So, Paul, let's give you a little background. Paul, first of all, is the longest distance guest we've ever had on the podcast. Tim, he's joining us from the UK. Whereabouts in the UK, Paul?
I'm in Essex, just outside London.
Okay. All right.
All right. Let me write that down. That's
Okay.
gonna help. Okay.
So we do know that Paul has a record in the Guinness Book of World Records. We can confirm that, right, Paul?
That's correct.
Okay. All right, Tim, you
Okay.
have 10 questions to ask Paul. Paul will answer honestly, and we'll see if we can figure out what the record is that Paul holds in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Okay. My first question is, are you allergic to gluten?
No, I'm not.
Okay. No. All
Okay.
right. Do you enjoy bottles of beer over cans of beer?
Makes no difference to me.
Makes no difference.
No difference. Okay. My doctor told me that I should only drink 14 beers a week. Do you drink more than 14 beers a week?
Not anymore, no.
Not anymore.
Oh, not anymore.
Previously.
Previously.
Okay. Previously. Paul, can you palm a basketball or a soccer ball in one hand? One hand?
No, I can't do that.
No.
Okay.
All right. All right. That's a no. Okay. Could you carry more than 3 pints of beer in one hand at a time?
No, I couldn't do that.
No.
Okay.
All right. So that's good.
I see where you're going with this one. I see.
Okay. Have you ever been in a hot dog eating contest?
No, I haven't done that either.
Haven't done that.
Shit. Okay. Could you balance a pint of beer on your head?
I haven't tried it, but maybe one for the future.
Maybe
No.
one. Okay.
No. Okay. Can you bench press more than 250 pounds?
Do I look like I can? Unfortunately not.
That's a maybe. Okay.
That's a maybe.
Do you do yoga?
I could do with doing yoga, but I don't. But that's not connected.
He
Not
could.
connected.
He could, but he doesn't want to. Okay. This is not leading me anywhere.
No, you're not getting anywhere here.
I thought I had something.
How many more you got?
I got one question left, but I don't know. I'm not
Okay.
sure if it's going to help me.
Let's see. What do you have?
Do you want a clue? Can I give a clue?
Yeah, I'll take a clue.
Okay.
The drinking of beer could help what I do.
Okay.
Yes, that's a good one, Paul. That's a good one.
Okay. So it's not more than
Gulping the beer would help too, right,
Okay.
Paul?
okay. Do you drink milk right from the container of milk?
No, I don't.
Oh shit!
I don't even like milk.
Doesn't like
I don't
milk.
drink milk at all.
Tim, I think
Okay.
that's 10 questions. You've got to tell us, what is the record that Paul, our mystery guest, what is his record in the Guinness Book of World Records? He's held it for over 11 years now.
I thought it was going to be like a feats of strength one, and then I thought it might be like consuming the most amount in a certain amount of time. But then there was some gulping. I'm going to go with the fastest pint ever drank.
Paul, is he right?
Right? No.
Paul
this is
Hun,
tough.
our guest, Tim, is the world record holder for the loudest burp
The loudest
ever
burp.
for male.
So the gulping.
Yes. Paul, welcome to the broadcast. You're known as
Wow.
the burp king, the burper king.
Burger King. Look. I was trying to hide the t-shirt so as not to give it
The burper
That's
king.
why I'm sitting like that.
There we go. Well, Paul the Burper King is with us. You held this record since August 23rd, 2009, undefeated in that time. You had the record for, and correct me here, 109 decibels was the registered burp.
That's correct. Although I've actually held a record for 21 years now.
Oh, no way.
Varying decibel levels. So when I first did it in 2000, it was 118.1. But at that stage, I was allowed to go straight in to the decibel reader.
Okay.
In the meantime, Guinness changed their rules and regs on this record. So I reset it in 2004 at 104.9. I then did in 2008 107.1, and then the current one in 2009, and that stands to this day. So, yeah, very proud.
Like you should be. Guinness
That's
Book of
amazing.
World Records. It is Paul Hun. We're excited to talk to you. So, like, when do you find out that you have this skill, or is this something like, because we've all belched, but I don't know if we've ever had it at such a register where somebody tells you you might be a world record holder?
It's just something really that I did as a kid at school, and sort of I was quite good at it. It just went from there. And how it come about, my brother was in his car and he heard a radio advert of trying to beat the world record, and he thought of me. And I phoned up. It was a researcher for the Guinness Book of Records program. I went for it and got it, and the rest is history, as they say.
How often does someone try and challenge this record? Is there a yearly competition for the loudest burp?
Well, it's very sought after, and in fact, as we speak, I've got an Aussie guy that thinks he's beating me. Exactly, but it's not as yet recognised by Guinness Book of Records. He submitted his to the Australian Book of Records, which is a completely different record, breaking organisation. Not sure it carries the same weight as Guinness World Records. That's the one for me.
No, it doesn't. This has got to carry some weight when you're out at the bars with some buddies or out at an event. It's like they're like, this is Paul, our buddy, who can out-belch anybody.
Yep, always worth a few pints, a few free ones.
That's awesome. So the record is the world's loudest burp male, which implies that there's a female record as well. Have you ever met the woman?
I've not met the girl. No, she doesn't do a lot social media wise. She tends to stay out of the limelight. So I believe hers is about 107. So it's quite good. Very good.
Yeah. She's coming up there. So I guess the question is, how do you get yourself to that point? What's the training like? What's the burp process like to release a record-setting belch?
Well, normally what I do, if I'm going to demonstrate or do a record-breaking attempt, I'll leave my stomach quite empty so I can get some air in. Just breathe a lot of air in. Maybe take a gulp on a fizzy drink. When I feel the gas rising, open my mouth and just let it roar, so to speak.
It sounds so simple, but so difficult at the same time. Now I just want a decimal meter to see where I fall in this category. I feel like I'm not even close. If we were comparing that decibel level to like a jet engine or something like that, where does it rank in loudness?
I'm told it compares with a pneumatic drill. Certainly noise in a nightclub. I've tried that one many a time. You can hear it over the music. It still turns heads. So
just at a disco, there's Paul in the corner just letting one roar.
That's the one.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
So like if I said to you, Paul, I want to hear a burp, like are you going to tell me now I have to prepare for this, or are you just ready to go at all times?
I'm sure I can get one for you.
Well, I want to see how this process goes.
Okay, so I should start by just going to the fridge to get a can of something fizzy.
All right, he's going to get a can of something fizzy. We're talking to Paul Hunn from the UK, who is the Guinness World Record holder for the world's loudest burp male. Now, what are you drinking? What is going to be the beverage of choice?
Well, this is just Coke, but anything fizzy will help.
Okay.
All right.
Just the throat goes dry as well, so it's nice and cold. So it helps. So
crack it open.
So I'm gonna stand up. I'll try and get in the picture.
The Burper King.
That's amazing.
That's a chug, eh?
So I'm breathing in some air now.
Yep.
And they'll get progressively louder. So maybe the first one won't be so loud, but after a couple.
Okay.
So.
Is there more coming? I don't want to interrupt.
Do you want more?
Paul.
That's amazing. Oh, wow.
I'm afraid, Paul, that you might barf.
There's always that possibility.
Oh,
that was fantastic.
That's wonderful. That is wonderful.
Wow.
That is wonderful.
Wow.
Paul Hunn is the Guinness World Record holder for the largest burp on record for a male. I got to ask, Paul, are you married in a relationship?
Yeah, I'm married. Yeah.
What does she think
Oh,
about that?
No doubt, really, but yeah, she's quite disgusted, if I'm honest.
That's fantastic.
Paul, this is
That's
awesome. Our first ever mystery guest, our first ever Guinness World Record holder. It is Paul Hunn, all the way from the UK. Paul, thanks for joining us.
Oh, you're more than welcome anytime.